morning, dear students, and welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to continue with our discussion of the play The Tempest, and we were doing Act 1, Scene 2. And here we will be doing from line number 444 to line number 510. Now, so far we saw that in the last class we discussed that how Ariel was invisible to all eyes except that of Prospero, and Ariel sings a song, "Come to these yellow sands," and Ferdinand simply follows that song because Ariel was instructed by Prospero to bring Ferdinand alone to a particular part of the island where Ferdinand could meet with the Miranda. So, following the song of Ariel, Ferdinand comes to that point, that place where he could meet with the Miranda. And when Ariel was singing and the spirits together were singing the chorus, it appeared to Ferdinand that the song was coming from all directions. He was bewildered, he was confused as to make out the direction from which he could hear that song. So we'll be continuing from there. So Ferdinand says, where should this music be? In the air or the earth? Since the music that he was able to hear was coming from all different directions, Ferdinand is unable to make out, and thus he raises this question. He says, where should this music be coming from? Is it in the air or in the earth? And then suddenly the music stopped. So he says, it sounds no more. He is unable to hear that song anymore. But he is certain, he is sure that the music was accompanying like a servant some god of the island. Okay. It was accompanying some god of the island. And then he says, sitting on a bank, weeping again the king my father's wreck, this music crept by me upon the waters, allying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. So when Ferdinand sat on a bank after being drifted ashore, and there he was crying over the loss of his father, he was crying for the wreck of the royal ship. It was during that time that he was able to hear that song. And it appeared to him as if the music slowly passed by him over to the water of the sea. And it appeared as if the music diminished both the violence of the waves and the violence of Ferdinand's grief with its sweetness. So the music, no doubt, is of strange nature. Why? Because the music subsided the waves of the sea. The violent waves of the sea were subsided when the music was passed over to the sea, and then it also diminished the sorrow, grief of Ferdinand at the loss of his father. And since then, Ferdinand says that he has been following that music. Or we may say that the music has drawn him to that particular place. But now it is gone. He is not able to hear that music anymore. And just then the music begins. Ariel sings again, full fathoms 5 thy father lies, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. So, here in this song, Ariel reminds Ferdinand of the fact that his father is drowned. And in this song, Ariel says that Ferdinand's father, that is the king of Naples, at that particular moment was lying at the depth of full 5 fathoms in the sea. And from his bones the corals are made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. His eyes are now converted to pearls. Everything of his body that could be decayed or subjected to destruction has been changed drastically by the sea into something precious and strange. You see, the physical body after death decays. But here, all those physical parts of the body which could be decayed, which could be destroyed, has now changed into something precious and strange. Like bones have been converted into corals, eyes have changed into pearls. And this change is brought out by the sea. The sea nymphs ring his death bell after every hour. The sea nymphs ring the death bell of King of Naples after every hour. And then there is the chorus, ding dong, hark now I hear them ding dong bell. So this chorus is sung by all the spirits. So Ferdinand at once, after listening to this song, the song at once reminds Ferdinand of the death of his father. And therefore Ferdinand says, the ditty does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me. So the song reminds Ferdinand of his drowned father, and he comes to the conclusion that the song comes neither from a mortal human being nor from the earth. It has something strange in it, it has a peculiar quality in it, and he says that he is able to hear the song coming right above him. So Ariel was right above him, and from there he was singing. So he was able to hear that song or listen to that song coming from right above him, but he was not able to see anyone. Then Prospero, the fringed curtains of thine eye advance and say what thou seest yet. So Prospero here is speaking to Miranda, and here fringed curtains refers to the eyelids of Miranda. So here he tells to Miranda to lift her eyelids and tell him what she could see over there. Then Miranda says she is surprised to see such a figure or such a person. She says, what is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it has a handsome appearance, but it is a spirit. So Miranda, unable to identify, unable to make out what the person was, she says, what is it? And she inquires of Prospero that is it a spirit? Miranda thinks that man to be a spirit, because on that island you cannot expect to find anything else other than spirits, goblins, hedgehogs. All these are the creatures that live on that island. And Miranda has seen only one human being, that is Prospero. Except her father, she had never come across any other human being. So she admires that man. She says, Lord, how it looks about. Okay, means she said how he is looking around. He was looking around because Ferdinand was really confused. He was bewildered and he was completely in a new and strange place. So therefore he was looking around. And however, Miranda admits that it has a handsome appearance, but it is a spirit. It is then that Prospero explains to Miranda that the figure that she could see was not a spirit. It eats and sleeps and hath all the faculties as they have, like the senses. And the handsome person whom Miranda could see was in the shipwreck. Although grief, which tends to destroy beauty, has to some extent disfigured that man. Okay. So with the grief, that is beauty's canker. So beauty is canker. Here canker means something that destroys, something that hinders. Okay. So corrupts. So it is understood that when a person is in a grief, when he is in pensive mood, that destroys his beauty, that corrupts his beauty, and it has marred and disfigured Ferdinand's beauty to some extent as well. Still, Miranda could call him a goodly person. A goodly person means a good looking person, okay, a handsome person, and strays about. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them. So Miranda has lost the people. Ferdinand has lost all his companions who were along with him in the ship, royal ship, and therefore now he is wandering about trying to find all of them. At this, Miranda says, I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble. So Miranda, when Prospero asks Miranda to address that person or to call that person as a handsome person, then Miranda says he is not only handsome, in fact, she would call him a divine creature. A divine creature, somebody who has been sent from the gods. Because in the natural world, she has never seen anything that is so good, that is so noble. So her natural world is the surrounding of the island. And obviously, in that natural habitat of the island, she has never seen anything that is so noble and so good like that of Ferdinand. So therefore she concludes that she would call Ferdinand as a divine creature. And Prospero is really very elated. He is happy. He is satisfied. And in an aside, he speaks to himself. He says, it goes on, I see, as my soul prompts. So here he means to say that Prospero could clearly see that his plan is progressing exactly in a way that he had thought of. Spirit, fine spirit, I will free thee within 2 days for this. So he is very happy at the work done by Ariel, and he assures Ariel that within 2 days' time he would free Ariel from all his services, and he will be granted his liberty as a reward for his services. Then Ferdinand, when he sees Miranda, he is unable to believe himself, because he has never met a more beautiful lady than that of Miranda. And he addresses Miranda, you see how he addresses Miranda. Most sure, the goddess on whom these airs attend. The moment he sees Miranda, he is certain, or he feels sure, that she is the goddess of the island, on whom these melodies are in attendance, or for whom these melodies are in the air. Vouchsafe my prayer, may know if you remain upon this island. Okay. So he, as if addressing to Miranda as goddess, he says, O goddess, grant my prayer. Vouchsafe means condescend to grant. So he says, "O goddess, grant my prayer so that he may come to know if she lives on that island, and that you will some good instruction give, how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, O you wonder if you be made or no." So he tells Miranda that his request to Miranda is to guide him how to go about in the island. However, his main request, prime request means main or chief request, is to know whether Miranda is an unmarried girl or not. So here Ferdinand addresses Miranda as the goddess of the island, and he feels that she is the goddess for whom this music is there in the air, or for whom these melodies are attending. And then praying to the goddess, she says, "O goddess, grant my prayer," so that he could come to know if she lives on that island. And he also requested her to guide him how to go about in that island. However, his prime request was to know whether Miranda was unmarried or not. Then Miranda, "No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid." So Miranda replies that she is an unmarried girl. And Ferdinand, "My language, heavens," means Ferdinand is even more surprised. My language. Why? Because Miranda is speaking in the language of human beings. So she speaks the same language as that of Ferdinand. And he says, "I am the best of them that speak this speech, but where it is spoken." So Ferdinand, in a boasting way, he says that he is the noblest of all those human beings who could speak that language, and he wishes that he were in the country where it is spoken. Then Prospero inquires, "How the best? What wert thou if the king of Naples had thee?" So Prospero says that how could Ferdinand claim himself to be the best person who could speak that language? And would he dare to say it if the king of Naples were around? So if the king of Naples were around, would Ferdinand have said the same thing? Then Ferdinand, "A single thing, as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples." Okay. So he says a single thing. What do we mean by a single thing? A single thing means here the king of Naples and Ferdinand are one. Why? Because you see, Ferdinand feels that his father is drowned in the sea. And after the death of his father, it is Ferdinand only who is going to become the king of Naples. So he is the king of Naples now. That is what Ferdinand feels. So therefore he says that the king of Naples and he are the same thing, or are one thing. And he is surprised to hear Prospero speak of Naples. The king of Naples does hear, Ferdinand tells Prospero that the king of Naples does hear him, and he knows that he weeps for him. And he himself is the king of Naples now. "Myself am Naples, who with mine eyes never since at ebb beheld the king my father reigned." So he says that he was witness to the drowning of his father. He has seen it happening with his own eyes, and tears have not stopped flowing from his eyes since the time he had seen his father drowning. Then Miranda, "Alack for mercy." Okay, alas means go. She is really moved that this man has lost his father. So she prays that may God have mercy. Ferdinand, "Yes, faith, and all his lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain." So yes, truly everyone drowned. All his father's lords, the Duke of Milan and his handsome son, got lost in the shipwreck. Then Prospero in an aside, "The Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control me." So when he says the Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter, Prospero is referring himself as to the Duke of Milan. So Prospero was the Duke of Milan. So Prospero and his more beautiful daughter Miranda could challenge Ferdinand for saying this, because Prospero knows that none of the people on board on the ship have drowned or even have suffered from the loss of a hair. But now this is not the proper time to do it, but it was not the proper moment to do it. And Prospero is happy that at the first meeting itself, at the first sight, they have changed eyes. They have changed eyes. Whom does they refer to here? They refers to Miranda and Ferdinand. So at the first sight itself, they have changed eyes. That means they have fallen in love, because lovers see with one another's eye. So they have changed eyes. They have exchanged their glances. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. So he is happy with Ariel, and he assures Ariel once again that he would set Ariel free for having doing this. And then he speaks to Ferdinand and says, "A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word." So he speaks to Ferdinand and tells him that he wants to have a word with him. And he says that he is afraid that Ferdinand has done wrong to himself, because he says that all of them have drowned and he wants to have a word with Ferdinand. However, Miranda is unable to understand that why her father was speaking so rudely and harshly with Ferdinand. So why does Prospero, her father, speak so harshly? And she says that this is the third man whom she has seen in her life, and he is the first one with whom she has fallen in love. So the third one whom she had seen in her life, the first one being Prospero, the second being Caliban, who is half beast and half human being, and the third one is Ferdinand, with whom she has fallen in love. And she prays that may pity move her father, so that he may look at this man in the same way as Miranda was doing. So she did not want her father to be rude and harsh to Ferdinand, because she had already fallen in love with Ferdinand. So we do till here today. So thank you for watching and stay blessed.